Deco, who is the sporting director of FC Barcelona, gave the fans a glimpse of how our transfer window is going to look like. He mentioned that the fans of this team shouldn't expect the club to sign number 9, as there are internal options or solutions on the team. He did mention Fran Torres, who was amazingly good anytime he was called upon to play the number 9 role. In fact, I agree with him. Fran Torres scored a couple of goals or some important goals when Lewandowski wasn't available to get the team far in the season, and we appreciate that. He also mentioned that if we are to find people to play the false 9 role, we have Dani Olmo and Fermin Lopez to do that, which is entirely true. I agree with him. He went on to say that Inter Milan has a pure striker like Thuram, but PSG and Arsenal don't have a pure striker, and therefore, as a club, we shouldn't be obsessed over finding a number 9 today, as we have many options on the team. Deco went on to say that the club isn't looking for defenders, fullbacks, or midfielders, and to an extent, I agree with him. But the fullback positions, that is my problem. Now, Jose Koundé and Alejandro Balde had accumulated a lot of minutes last season, and for that reason, they got injured. In the most important part of our season or campaign, in the Champions League, for example, these players weren't available to play these positions. We had to rely on Jared Martin and Eric Garcia and Hunter Ford, who did quite okay. But I think we need good replacements or people who play the natural positions at our fullbacks, people who could be on almost the same level as Alejandro Balde and Jose Koundé. Hansi Flick has extended his contract until June 2027. In fact, I have no doubt when this guy took the job, because of the person he is or the caliber of coach he is. His man management is top tier. And then you've seen what he has done to the club or for this club in the first season winning the domestic treble. Aside that, he has installed some kind of mentality into these youngsters who are doing amazingly well as players and as a team. And I love the job he has done at the club, and I wish him to continue for many more years. It has been reported that Raphinha has signed a new deal for the club until the June of 2028, which is an amazing news for the club and also for the player. We both need each other. Yes, and we cannot downplay his importance on the team. His number speaks for itself this season. And Raphinha, when put on the armband or the captain armband, has been an exceptional player for this team. In fact, he is one of the players who play with passion for the club. He isn't a La Masia player, but anytime he puts on that shirt, he does everything for the badge, and which I appreciate a lot for the spirit, dedication, and commitment he has for this club. On transfers, Alex Valle to Como is done. The youngster will join the Italian side for around 6 million. That is 4 million and 2 million in variables. Now, this guy happens to be a La Masia player who played the fullback position. He was on loan at Celtic for a couple of months, but it didn't really go well. Barcelona cancelled the loan deal and took him to Como, where Cesc Fabregas happens to be the head coach of this team. And this guy has been performing amazingly well for Como, and for that reason, they decided to make his transfer permanent. It has been reported that AS Monaco are set to bid for Ansu Fati this coming transfer window, as they have qualified for the Champions League and they need players on their squad to help them compete in this position. And I think this is an opportunity Ansu Fati shouldn't let it slip. He should take this and shouldn't make that mistake he did in the winter transfer window, because it's obvious that he has no place on Hansi Flick's team. The Athletic, which happens to be the sports department of the New York Times, has picked Raphinha as the European Men's Player of the Year. Lamine Yamal was also picked as the European Men's Young Player of the Season, and I think these two players deserve the award or the recognition they have been given by the Athletic.
Let me know your opinion in the comments down below. Let's interact. Visca Basa.